Welcome to Composer's Voice. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Pleasure. Andy, it's great for you to come to New York. This is your third set of 15 Minutes of Fame. Been collaborating with you for a long time now.
Yeah, was the first one in 2015 or something like that? Yeah.
That'd be about right.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and how you do it?
Okay, well, I am a professor of voice at the University of Nebraska at Kearney. And before that, I was centered in Cleveland. And I got all my degrees from the Cleveland Institute of Music. And when I graduated from there, I devoted myself to the Cleveland music scene and did numerous recitals of songs of Cleveland composers, past and present. And so I was singing a lot of contemporary music, but also historical, composers from Cleveland that, a lot of people had long forgotten about. And then I got a position at the University of Nebraska at Kearney after I finished my doctorate. And ever since then, I've sort of expanded. I had a good friend here in New York who knew Rob Foisey. He had me do one of his song cycles in New York. And so these guys got a chance to hear me, and they invited me to do 15 Minutes of Fame. And the rest is history.
But I mean, the 15 Minutes of Fame program, because I haven't been with you on the journey as Andrew has. I'm sort of a late comer to the whole thing. It's really inspiring, actually, because in that 60 seconds, you have to encapsulate a mood, bring something powerful into being, but it's not as easy as it sounds, actually. You have to really condense a thought, but yet bring people with you on that journey. And it's so easy to compose longer than 3 to 5 minutes is probably a traditional sort of compositional length. But to get something into 60 seconds was a real challenge the first time I did it for you, And now it's actually, I think it's a great idea. It's fantastic. So hats off to you, and thank you for the opportunity as a composer to sort of be challenged in this way.
Koyaanisqatsi, we can't eat monkey, lest taxis honking, more birds singing, Ganges River, pure water drinking, let mother breathe. Adopt a tree, let mother breathe. Adopt a tree, let mother breathe. Adopt a tree.
Hi, my name is Tom Lane. I am a composer based in Dublin, Ireland, and I'm the composer of Caritas for solo baritone. The piece is based on a text by Hildegard von Bingen, and it relates to the climate crisis.
Now in the people that were meant to be green, there is no more life of any kind. There is only shriveled barrenness. The winds are burdened by the utterly awful stink of evil. Selfish goings on. thunderstorms menace. The air belches out the filthy uncleanliness of the peoples. The earth should not be injured. The earth must not be destroyed.
My name is Sohail Shirangi, composer, music director, and graduate assistant of San Francisco State University. And today I'm so excited and happy to share my piece, How Much, How Little, for baritone and electronic. And I dedicated it to Andre White. My composition is based on one of my favorite poets, Emily Dickinson.
In this short life that only lasts an hour. How little is within our power. There is nothing of which we are apt to be so lavish as of time, about which we ought to be more solicitous, since without it we can do nothing in this world. Time is what we want most, but what, alas, we use worst, and for which God will certainly most strictly reckon with us, when time shall be no more.
Hello, I'm Ross James Carey, composer of Once Awake. Is a setting of 6 selected poems by New Zealand poet Sherry Grant, from her collection Being Catherine, written in 2023 to mark the 100th anniversary of the death of the early 20th century author, renowned for her innovations in the short story genre, Catherine Mansfield. So I was delighted to set Sherry's own poetry channeling Mansfield for this 15 minutes of fame called for scores. The poems in Being Catherine all reflect in some way upon the legacy and life of Catherine Mansfield, while intertwining more personal reflections, and are charmingly illustrated by the author's daughter Zoe.
How very bored I simply am. I hide myself like a clam. Once awake I dream again, stroking a lion's golden mane. Like a fawn on the forest glade, far from worry, not afraid to cast my net far and wide, with a butterfly as my guide, with a butterfly as my guide.
I'm Brent Strawn. I wrote this little piece as a memorial to my youngest brother who died of cancer. First I thought the competition was a ridiculous idea. What could I possibly do in 1 minute to make an idiot of a fool of myself? Then I thought, well, it's a tough concept for me. I don't want to face it or look at it. Maybe 1 minute is the best chance I have at getting a little bite of the idea.
By my window I have lain down to die. By my window my tears I must cry. Kathleen, I cry for you, I cry for me, for our sons. Please let me go. I will find you wherever that sails upon the sea, sails far and far and far away, sails in her, sing songs of glee. Oh, watch and pray.
Citizens, this is Elvis Presley coming to you. You know this here piece? Cat elbow pause. Give me my fade, and I want you free. We go about in the night and are consumed by fire.
Welcome, Kirsten Johnson.
Thank you for having me, Rob. It's great to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Thank you for coming out, especially such a long way. So we got someone from Nebraska, and you're from?
Oxford in England. Originally from Virginia, but I've been in the UK for a number of years now.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do?
Well, I've always heard music in my head. My earliest memories are writing a little song about butterflies and singing it to my parents. And, so music has always just been part of who I am. But my degrees were all in piano performance, and I have made a career as a solo pianist and recorded lots of composers and learned lots of piano music. But I've always composed in the background. So when this opportunity came along to write more for the voice, I went back to a first love, actually. I hear melody, and it was really easy. I remember just going to the piano one morning, and I wrote it in 30 minutes. I went back and made sure it was all right, but it just came. And it's so wonderful to have you sing it so beautifully, so I appreciate that.
That piece is very organic, it feels organic to sing it. It must have been organic to write it.
It was, yeah. I love haiku. It's based on Japanese haiku. I lived in Japan as a child for 3 years. My father was a U.S. Marine, so we were stationed in Okinawa, and we were taught haiku and Japanese culture and brush painting and all kinds of different things Japanese. And haiku's always just been sort of part of who I am, really. So I've written a series of pieces on haiku, and this is one of the 5 that I've written. So it's really a real privilege to have you sing it. Yeah.
It was a privilege to sing it.
Yeah.
Do you bloom? Do you bloom? Just to teach the world, teach the world, teach the world. Cherry blossoms, cherry blossoms, cherry blossoms, cherry blossoms.
I'm David Wolfson, and I wrote The Aliens for Andy White's 15 Minutes of Fame. I am a science fiction buff from way back, and so tropes of alien invasion are part of my psyche. I had been thinking about a piece on this subject for quite a while, a longer piece, and then I realized that everything I had to say on the subject would fit in a minute. Not that profound. And also that Andy White was the perfect performer for this. He gets my sense of humor. He understands how to sell a lyric as well as a text and the marriage of the two. And so I'm very pleased with how this came out.
The aliens came to enslave us and carry off our women. Actually, our women thought the aliens were kind of hot. The aliens came to conquer the planet. They ran it better than we ever did. The aliens came to give us the secret of existence. Oh, said the aliens, we see you already have it. And the aliens went away.
My name is Kyle Vanderberg, and I'm the composer in residence here at North Dakota State University in Fargo. My work, Roaming in Thought, is something that I put together as I was working through some writer's block and some motivation troubles and just trying to find the time to compose. And that's one of the great things about 15 Minutes of Fame is that, the 1 minute time limit is a pretty hard constraint, but it's also really freeing. I knew that I wanted to write something, I wanted to set something by Walt Whitman, but Whitman's poetry can be lengthy at times, and it can also be pretty expansive in its subject matter. And so I felt really fortunate to find this poem that's only 4 lines long, and the subject matter is only everything that is good and everything that is evil. I mean, I guess it's short.
Roaming in thought over the universe, I saw the little that is good steadily hastening towards immortality, and the vast all that is called evil I saw hastening to merge itself and become lost and dead. What is your feeling about the revolutionary spirit of your age, as expressed, for instance, in such movements as communism, surrealism, anarchism? The revolutionary spirit of our age, as expressed by communism, surrealism, anarchism, madness, is a hot firebrand thrust into the dark lantern of the world in 9 decades. A mad queen shall be born.
My name is Volker Ignaz Schmidt. I am a composer living in Germany. My piece Tasten 2, which I wrote for Andrew White, will be part of my new short opera named Spuren. Spuren is a short, criminalistic, surrealistic opera about a murder.
Taste im Grau, das Auge, der innere Weg, auf der Spur, die Flut des Himmels kann zeugen von mir. Ich brauche Halt, Halt.
I'm Sarah Cleveley. I'm a composer and I write orchestral and choral music. I also enjoy music theory and I play the piano, the organ, I sing and play the trumpet and the ukulele. This is one of several pieces I've written for Vox Novus, which is a fantastic organisation giving opportunities to performers and composers to collaborate and a chance for composers to hear their works performed, which is often quite difficult to do. The piece that I wrote for Andrew, As the Rain, is based on a traditional Gaelic prayer, and the words I love, find them very moving and very comforting.
As the rain hides the stars, as the autumn mist hides the hills, as the clouds veil the blue of the sky, so the dark happenings of my lot hide the shining of your face from me. Yet, if I may hold your hand in the darkness, it is enough, since I know that, though I may stumble in my going, you do not fall. As the rain hides the stars, as the autumn mist hides the hills.
My name is Blair Whittington. I'm a composer in Los Angeles, California. I'm a native. I've lived here my whole life. And a composer, and the piece on the program of mine is titled Return. I like ritornella form and Baroque concertos, and this is a ritornella with the singer acting as the soloist and the electronic accompaniment providing the refrains. It's also a vocalese which has a rich history.
Thank you, Andy. I mean, we really, as a composer myself, we need the musicians to make our music come alive. And so